Matters, a miniature and painting podcast.
Good morning. Welcome, boys. We are the Mini Matters podcast, probably the best podcast in the world.
Probably.
Definitely.
You don't have faith? Okay.
No, I haven't listened to that many. It probably is. There are probably some
to like
ones.
maybe 3, and ours is the best out of them. So
Easily.
As far as I know, for sure the best.
Well, not to throw. I mean, we should do introductions, but not to throw far. I heard that Arnau interviewed with Get Good. Wow, did you know that, Arnau?
I did know.
Did you know that, Martin? Did you know that about Martin?
Yeah, I've heard rumors. Yeah, but they've had everyone on their podcast.
Well, they haven't had us. So
no, but like I like literally, they've had Brad Pitt on their podcast.
Oh well, that is really. Oh wow, they're doing all right then. In fairness,
everyone.
Well, after the betrayal of Albert
and Arnau comes on their podcast twice a week. It's a whole thing.
It's basically their podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, as far as I know. Like I said, I've only heard like 2 or 3 other podcasts.
What's annoying is I learned what Get Good meant because of Get Good. And now I see it all online all the fucking time. And it makes me think, like, how did I not know? But anyway, our podcast, yeah? We have planned for you today exactly what we have every week. There is nothing fucking new. And I'll dare say I've not even prepared Busters or Family Feuds or whatever, Faction Feuds. I can't even remember what the fuck it was called. I like that segment though. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. We had we had a break, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, we didn't do anything last week, or
you were on holiday
the week before. There's been some kind of a break.
I always feel like when you leave the house and you know you're forgetting something, but you can't place what it is. And I only realised when we come back on the cast that it was missing the cast that I missed. You know, it's.
I agree, actually.
Yeah, I personally think that holidays we should still record when we're on holiday, right? And you should tell go on.
I did record from my
yes, your humble abode.
We'll bleep it out. You can say where you were. We'll bleep it out. It's fine.
But the audio was awful.
We've got AI for that. But I actually meant like if you're in Barbados for a honeymoon.
Yeah. Didn't you record the very first episode of this season before I joined? Weren't you like in your backyard and?
We're in the garden.
Yeah. Or in a backyard. Yeah.
Martin, we try not to talk about those. That has been expunged from the record.
That was incredibly chaotic in a good way. I enjoy that.
I don't know if it's even released. I don't even know if you can go and listen to that anymore.
I don't think so.
Like there's like 3 episodes that Arnau and I did.
That's just for the real fans.
Yeah,
Michael
and you'll never get them back. Mike,
yeah,
the legend. We should talk. Right. Okay, hold on. Let's just quickly.
I'll tell you exactly how long it's been.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, fuck.
No, go on, mate. No, how long's it been? Yeah.
I set a timer because we talked about having a timer separate from the. Yeah.
You're very smart.
And I'm going to see if I can't put some
notes down,
little
segments.
Yeah, for when we
nip bits.
I forgot.
You
I put mine
on top.
Fucking winning. Right, we have thought of the day, a new staple. I told some people at work some of the thoughts of the days, and it's interesting. Things I love. Okay, so that's just that could have been a thought of the day, but I was like, you know what? I actually want to say that, and so fuck it. That's a segment. The things I've listened to this week.
So you are going to do a Jamie's diary, but split into the sections.
And then we've got Dr. Dubbush.
Sure. And also Taskmasters.
Taskmasters.
We've also got
Taskmasters update.
We've also got news. We've also got Taskmasters. No one else gets the joke, right? We also have the journey. We're bringing the journey back. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what the journey is, it's basically the reason why Arnau and I, we had the podcast before, right? Lionel and I, but we were struggling.
Well,
it was news, and it wasn't really.
Allegedly.
And then Arnau and I were like, we were just got into gaming, and we wanted to have a reason to paint more. that was what the journey is, right? And so you've got Taskmasters, which is obviously you paint, or we do one thing a month now. Someone elects something, but the journey is, where do you want to be? I want to have army painted. That's actually changed now. My journey has changed, maybe, but we'll get there in the segment. But that's the concept of the journey, right? Which has its own.
Yeah, it's more like a lifelong project, or
exactly
things like that.
Okay. The journey. Now, of course, that's meant to be a horror film, and there's smoke over a graveyard, and then some twat just whispers.
It's terrifying, so I think job done.
And that is, in my opinion, what actually Taskmasters is more like. But yes, the journey is in its own. It's very intimidating, I believe. So that's it. Arnau?
No?
News, journey, Taskmasters, motherfucking shit that Jamie wants to do, and then Dr. Lovebrush. Dr. Lovebrush.
And mine.
Of course.
Arnau's new segment, yeah.
There's a segment that we did that we've forgotten what we called it, but it was when I say an anecdotal English phrase or it's not quite slang, but yes. Arnau is bringing one from Spain.
Extra points to any listener who can tell us the name of the segment.
Yes. Oh, and Grotbusters. How could I forget?
The solution of yes.
And and for any listener who doesn't know this, we are keeping score. So when Arnau says extra points, you're getting points already.
Oh yeah. We have a
points.
secret notebook with
If you didn't know that.
Now news. This is a big. I honestly think this show will be a fucking monster show. To be honest with you. Hold on. So the news. Okay. I actually don't even know where to start on this news. There's a lot of news. It's good news. It's the best news. It's news that you want to hear. Do you want to hear it?
Very much.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I had hoped that when I said it's news that you want to hear, one of you two would then go, well, fucking tell us it. I was sort of semi-teeing you up. Okay, so the first bit of news is we have semi-replaced Lionel with LG. Okay, now he doesn't know this. Yeah. He doesn't need to know this.
No.
But he is kind of now probably the fourth most important person on the podcast. I dare say probably more important than you two. You know,
I'll take that. Yeah.
At least outside of the pod, he actually. Although I was impressed that Arnau actually managed to write 2 messages on the Discord, and that threw me off a little bit. It's like, whoa, fucking calm down. Are you all right, mate? Martin, you still got to get there. It's fine.
Hey, a guy asked me a question with like my name attached to it, and then I answered.
I ignored it. Did you really?
And it was a long answer as well.
Maybe your name
It had
is
so many words in it.
I don't even recognize your name on Discord to know that when you've done it. So maybe that's what happened, and I didn't.
That's just my name. I just have.
Nah,
my name
but
on
do you know what I mean? Like
LG.
Michael changed his fucking logo on Discord, and for like a week it threw me off. I was like, "Who is this posting?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, right. it's the avatar, it's the thumbnail that." And I don't know what yours looks like, to be honest. I'm assuming Arnau's is fuck. When I see it, I'd remember. Anyway,
it's Arnau's is the little demon.
It's not a cat though. Is
Did you design that yourself,
of course.
Arnau?
What?
Your Arnau Miniatures logo.
It was the
dragon head.
Russian concept artist. Yeah.
Nice. Yep. She's good. She's also very pretty. Not that matters, but she's. So, yeah. He's Well, you Mike have been. Yeah. Thank you for your help in a non-gay way, of course. Oh, I wanted to trial a new segment, right? That Albert suggested, which is this name gay? Right? I thought that is a good segment. Or we could do
wrong, right?
I mean, it's modern day era. You can basically say what you want as long as you don't look offensive. I was also thinking you could ask me maybe what animals are gay, and then I could tell you back what I think are gay. And then we don't have to stop there. We could even go to like cities, clothing style. Like I think there's a lot of room here for some good, top quality content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
For sure.
Okay.
So in short, we give Michael the honorary title of Lionel.
Yeah. He's earned that.
Yeah, that's the takeaway from everything Jamie just said, is that Mike is now Lionel, or maybe even the Lionel, because it's a title.
I mean, it's the title. Yeah, it's Michael, the Lionel.
That's right, the Lionel.
It's like Steve the Garcia. I do really want to do that gay segment, though. By the way, that's not. Yeah,
you do.
Okay.
I saw you very excited, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love that. It would be a lot better if I was gay, I think, but at the same time, I think it would add in its own sort of nuance to it. So the second piece of news is Arnau and I are actually going to the UK. We're going to Warhammer World. That's not an invite, by the way. I'm not saying if you're in the area, come. Don't.
Not even to me.
Well, no, but you're in fucking Bognor Regis or something. You're in, I don't know where you are. You're in Sweden, right? But you're not even in the main city. How do they even have internet where you are? That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll just
I'm
I'll let that slide. Absolutely, say whatever you want. I do. I'm curious though. Where do you think I am actually? In what city and country?
Like banter, like no banter, or like
It's hard to know with you, man. But
I imagine
I get what you're saying.
To be like, there's like a cliff face, like I don't know, you could see it like a kilometer away, right? And it's a huge, and it goes up. And then you've got you're in this weird this, it's like a valley, but not, because there's just sea. For, let's say 40% of where you can see, and there's snow outside. And basically, have you fucking seen the TV show from Netflix, Ragnarok?
I haven't.
No.
It's brilliant. It's all in their language. And, well, that's a TV recommendation right there, but it is really good. Ragnarok. It's the guy he's Thor, right? But is he?
Yeah. I saw the trailer.
No. It's some random dude. They're not actors that you'll know, but it's quite cool. It's worth watching, and that's without spoilers, as Mike saw.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but yeah, that's what it looks like where I live.
Yeah, and then there's snow, and it's kind of cold. And then there's houses.
But I told you I'm going to the UK, and also Arnau is in the UK all the time. So all you're saying is you're going to the UK to visit. Oh yeah, well, it's hard to keep up, man.
But when are you going to the? Right, I mean, we don't need to do this on the cast, but when are you going though? Just check.
Mid-February.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm going tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because of Christmas and shit.
So we're going Warhammer World, but we're not going to play 40k. So that's that news. Okay, I realise that might not be that interesting for everyone else, but it is for me. That's basically my life right now. We bought Hero Quest. Okay, that's Warhammer.
Oh, Darkwater.
Yes,
nice.
Do you know what it's called in German?
Dankwasser. No?
Yeah, no, it's very close. Wasser, yes. I've forgotten what it's. It's fuck.
Dunkelwasser.
Dunkel, thank you. That cracked me up when I saw it in the. Yeah.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you did. More annoying that I live here and I talk
in German.
No, I got the English, but I was in the Games Workshop shop.
Okay.
I was picking up my old Made to Order Elder, obviously. So I mean, I thought I had lots of news, but that's it. Is it?
Yeah. That's okay.
I think you thought it was a lot of news because of your level of excitement.
No, also I think I wanted to talk more about TV shows I've watched and other stuff, and then I realised no, people don't want that at the start because we're 6 minutes in, and people want it at the end. So it's fine. I'm all right with that.
15 minutes in, but that's
we have a lot of time.
No, we paused it for ages, right? We're only on 7 minutes recorded.
If you say so.
I've got it there. It's black and white.
Yeah,
it's grey and white.
Good.
So news. Okay. Taskmasters, boys. This is a big one. Now, I'll quickly put a little warning out there. Paul fucking hates it if you say you're going to do something and then doesn't. Right? AKA
any normal human being.
AKA I've missed the last 2 Taskmasters. I think.
The last 2 only?
We've only done 3, haven't we? I painted a Space Marine.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I've done. It's still there.
In the history of the podcast, you've painted a Space Marine.
Well, for Taskmasters.
I get it. But like, I feel like you were quite keen on doing Taskmasters, and you're not.
Yeah, but that's not important.
It's the idea. It's the
idea.
Yeah. The thing is, I do it with best intentions. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, let's do Taskmasters, get everyone else to do, and then fuck off. I
think that's what Paul was furious about.
Yeah, not with me, I will say. Although he has mentioned in the past that I don't like you. And that kind of thing, you know. He's still on the he's still on the Discord. No, but he has pointed out in the past that he was marginally annoyed that there was a Taskmasters and I didn't do it. But that's fine, you know. I don't do Taskmasters for other people. I do it for myself to hopefully do it, and then when it fails, I'm like, yeah, well, that's a shame. But yeah, I can give my update if you want it.
Oh, please.
I'm leaving tomorrow, 7 a.m., right? And I won't be able to do anything until I come back on the 1st of January. And
we will record the 2nd of January.
I have today built my model.
Oh, well.
Sprayed it black.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm borderline already finished. So my intention for everyone will be tabletop, and I realise that is what I've been planning or wanting to do from the very start. Is to paint a model that I'm borderline crippled by fear to paint, and this will force me to do it. And I've taken the first step, so I'm quite excited. So hopefully after this show, unless it's a 4-hour show, I'll have like an hour before dinner, and then I'll have to pack and blah blah blah. Something, right?
Well, it's something. I mean, I still have faith that you will do something, and I already told you, even if it has to be a Pollock, it's fine. Like, just throw some paint at it.
Yeah. Even if it has to be what?
A Pollock.
Oh, a Pollock. Yeah. That would be a cool way to paint a Killican, actually. I thought Killican was I thought it was such a nice model because you really can paint it quite quick and dirty, and it will still look like it's supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
You hope.
But here we are.
Dry brushing. Yeah, I'm very impressed by Mike's version. The fact that he did like in 2 days after the Taskmaster came out was baffling. Like, how could anybody...
The Lionel, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he is the lion. What about you? I mean, I've seen Arnau's. I haven't seen yours, Martin.
You've seen a little bit, but you haven't seen it put together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's about it, mate. I've gone even more straightforward and dull than Arnau's. We've got the same idea, but he's put more work into his. His is just much more interesting to look at in every way, much like the man himself. So I'm gonna just trudge through the.
I think you were explaining what Taskmasters is all about, though. In my mind, what your
failure.
Your yeah, exactly, crippling failure. You're doing it. You're not meant to want or have experienced it before. Like,
you know what it is, though. That's did you want to go down that? Is that what it is, actually?
No. Well, no. It's you are meant to want to do it. It's meant to be a task that's not so hard that you can't do it relatively quickly, and something that you've not done normally. It's to take you out of your normal.
I was going to say, because
day-to-day.
I thought what would be a thing to do that I haven't really done before, and I did find a couple techniques and things that I wanted to try out. So this was perfect for that. I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
So I'm going to end up with something, and I can take something away from it, other than just having done it because the podcast ordered me to, which would be not ideal.
Army-like.
Do we have any ideas for the next Taskmasters?
I have a couple. Yeah.
Cool. That'll be the cliffhanger for next season.
I mean, I don't know if you want to hear it or not.
I really do.
One of them actually.
One
of them actually has an idea. Is instead of doing a long commitment, like a month commitment, because then what happens with a commitment like this is that
you don't start
the pressure builds up.
Yeah.
And the Taskmasters, the whole point is to not have any pressure whatsoever. But and I'm assuming that doing a cool project is pressure, and we have to assume that Taskmasters will be shit, because then none of us will have any pressure. And for example, doing one figure, choosing whatever figure, and let's say in this month we have to do this figure, but you are only allowed to use 2 hours on the whole month. You can only use 2 hours.
There was another one of painting with
then
your left hand, for example.
These 2 hours, you know that you will spend very little time, so you have to definitely go out of your comfort zone, because you will have to slap paint like a madman. And
Plan.
It's an idea.
I'd forgotten that.
So you want
thing
Taskmasters to be more experimental.
It has to.
It's meant to be a throwaway thing at the end of the day.
It's the whole point. The whole point is to do something that you would never do, in a way that you would never do, and that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And actually, and for me now it matters a lot, because I'm really liking what I'm doing, which is not the point. I mean, I'm very happy that I did it.
It was the point of when I
thought
up this Taskmasters, because I'd forgotten the initial concept, because we had the journey sort of, they were going hand in hand.
I think I can say something. You want to make an orc army, and you wanted us to do killicans, not for us to make models for your army, but you thought you wanted to do one anyway.
Yeah,
and
I wanted it to motivate me, because I was struggling to do it in the first place, right?
And I actually thought it was a perfect model as just like a quick palette cleanser, fun experimental thing.
I guess
so.
Taskmasters encompasses all of this, basically. Like
it's good to know for the listeners as well. If you join the Taskmaster project, the next one, then Arnau's can expect you to do something weird and something you're uncomfortable with, possibly something painful.
That is
actually.
So good luck with that. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I have mixed feelings, of course, because when I do something, I want it to do right, but that also can put some pressure on you, maybe, if I do too much. Especially
one of the Taskmasters we did was we did speed painting together. So we did a call. There were like 9 of us in the end, and the Taskmasters was everyone paints the same model, and you've got like however long. We did it quite quick, probably too quick, thinking back. Because if we're making the effort to do the call,
like 20 minutes or
but that in itself, maybe we should do like 40-minute speed painting together or so. Anyway, I still think Taskmasters, and I haven't changed my mind, is a fantastic idea, and
it is.
When we start getting the troops rallying behind it, I will enjoy seeing things. Another Taskmasters was the Pez dispenser.
The Pez dispenser and the Hormagaunt.
Yeah. So there's some inspiration for you, Martin.
Empty base as well.
Whoops.
Empty base.
Yeah. I'd like to do that one now. Anyway.
The empty base will be one for sure.
Yeah.
I think I could do that in 2 hours.
Yeah. So that is Taskmasters, except for we haven't heard from Arnau.
Mine is almost done. I only have a little bit to paint, but I'm really happy because I found these products that are fucking magic. This Dirty Down.
I wonder if I've got it.
It's the brand.
Maybe I can buy some in the UK.
These 3 things. It's magic. It's like you can be an absolute uncoordinated gremlin, and you would do well. Because you just have to slap these things into the figure, and it looks perfect. It's fucking amazing.
Not on black.
Yeah,
you can use it on black.
I mean, you can, but it doesn't look as good.
What did you paint it on? I've used it myself, and I base coated the thing with brown just to have something underneath. Is that what you did?
No, I did metal.
Oh, right. I think it's a really cool product as well. I agree. I've also used it on like scenery and stuff, and I think it's fun because it's one of the only products I've ever used that's almost random, and that's the point of it. Is that it literally behaves in an unexpected way, and that's the point.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Yeah. You have to obviously, and also because you can remove parts of it. It's with a clean brush or something that you can. It's not scrape it. You can almost reactivate it and remove it, but it's not like you touch it and it goes away. It's not like that.
So
It allows for some tweaking.
this is probably a good time to mention that we are still open to free samples and gifts, and we will happily promote any products on the podcast. We've just got the issue of like 7 listeners now. Like, once we break that, then do you know what I mean?
It's a 7
steady
could
increase.
Potentially be 7 very rich, wealthy.
Stock.
I mean, that could be a huge customer base for one company.
They could even be shops. They don't fucking know that. Could literally be 3
exactly.
retailers who want to stock, but they're like, do you know what? I've seen Rust, and for some reason they haven't sent me free samples, knowing that I'm like, I'm doing like 100 million a year.
Yeah,
we could be the guy.
Exactly.
So we are not above doing promotion if you send us samples. Do you know what I mean? I'm not talking little promotions either. Like, it would be a good endorsement, and we'll bake it in that it doesn't feel like it's an advert. They'll be like, oh shit, I didn't even, and then they'll be walking down the shop and they'll be like, oh fuck, isn't that shit that Arnau and Jamie and Martin like? And I didn't even know that. I can't even remember them talking about it in an obvious way. So yeah, we would do very good promotion. Food,
the past
models.
10 minutes. That's basically our pitch for any company. If you want us
Rust.
to do what we just did with Dirty Down's Rust products, they're excellent weathering products that you can buy all over.
Yeah.
If you want us to do that with your anything,
shoes, clothes,
cereals,
jumpers.
handguns, just anything.
Handguns,
we will conveniently.
Yeah. But the fact that we've only got 7 listeners means that we probably are going. They probably will be hobby people.
Yeah, maybe. Well, they seem to be.
We're not limiting ourselves.
Talking about hobby, so hobby and or anime people.
That's true. Well, no, we've had some negative feedback about the anime. Right. So that's Taskmasters, and it's, dare I say, the best idea I've ever had. If I came up with it, I can't remember. So I've been eating
it's the best Taskmasters. Yeah, for sure.
Peanut butter from a jar. Is that weird? I find that weird. Like, I'd never thought I'd do it, right? And I got into. I tried a peanut butter with jam sandwich. Okay. That is good. I don't want to tell people to eat and what to eat, but fuck me. I don't know if you're able to do that, guys. But I strongly recommend that you try it. In fact, Arnau, maybe we should try that together. Have you ever had it?
Yeah.
Oh. Why didn't you fucking say that instead of letting me fuck you could have been like, oh yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's okay. I'm not completely in love with it.
It's not Spanish, so Arnau can only ever give it 6
true.
out of 10.
That is very true.
It doesn't have
I think
tomato.
PB&J is the shit. I think especially with terrible white bread, peanut butter jelly is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I didn't say shit. I said the shit just for.
It's fucking
I think
wild.
it's amazing. Peanut butter in general. Peanut butter is one of my favorite things to eat.
I will say, I think that the non-crunchy peanut butter is slightly offensive, and I don't think I can respect, including my children, for eating smooth peanut. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Smooth shit. I want to feel the crunch in my mouth. Which segues really into, is this name gay? No, joking. Right, so what else have we got? We've got the journey. Now, this one's a big one. This is a big one, I think, for me anyway, personally, on a personal level. I think my journey now, okay, I think where I've since Monty, I've got the bug back to paint, right? But I haven't painted. I painted a bit I had like 2 weeks of flu, and all of my family had the flu, and that took like 2 weeks to go away. And then I had this like deadline for work and it's 3 months worth of work, but I just didn't do any until 2 weeks ago, or maybe less. So now I'm going to the UK again, so I won't be able to paint. But I've formulated a desire now. I think a real cognitive goal, as it were, and it seems to be miniatures that I want to paint.
Mm-hmm. A specific?
No, just not large scale at the moment. This could change. The whole idea of the journey is it can change, right? It's fluid.
Yeah, of course.
But I want to paint, like, I just want to see how far I can go in a good. Have I improved? That's what I want to see. I want to push myself on small minis to see if I've improved. And the reason why is I think that if I go for a big mini, even if I go for a simple one like a fucking academical bust or something, it's still going to push me too far, I think. Like, I'll really have to care about how it looks and stuff.
And you mean that you feel more comfortable painting smaller scale?
I think I can see... This whole came around from our conversation Arnau about how, for me, I found it easy to do 40k because I could play a game of 40k in 3 hours and see what I did wrong, like, quite easily, right? I'll be like, okay, I fucked up here, here, and here, and talk it through and really try and lock those thoughts in. And I was thinking about, like...
Yeah, but what I mean is that you do this because you are familiar with 40k and you know 40k. So that means that if you relate that onto 28 mils, is that because you are more familiar with it, you are, more comfortable, even judging them?
Well, I thought it was like the segue between why I was talking about 40k was I will get quicker feedback, not from you guys, for myself. I will finish a model more quickly, right? Like, is how I think it will. I'll spend, let's just say a week on a model. You disagree?
I slightly disagree. Yeah. I mean, 28 millimeters are not quick. An anatomical bust can be done extremely quickly because there's nothing. I mean, no. This is not about being a professional painter, or it's not about that. If it's an anatomical bust, it just has skin, and with what makes or there's anatomical bust that have clothes, but it's so much. What I mean is that what makes a figure more complex is that they have more elements. Mm-hmm. Because what you have to do is, when you have to change element, is what drags the thing. Because you have to do another material, another color, another, Instead, if you have one element, you sketch it all, and you work in all, and it's impossible to drag it other than refining it, which it's not the point.
I completely agree. Yeah.
So what 28
with more details is the worst.
For sure. For example, a complex 28 mil, like for example, Primark, Lionel Johnson. I would charge double to paint that than to paint a 75. Easily. Because a normal 75, it's far less complicated, even if it's larger, or even a bust.
A normal 75.
Yeah.
You should see the amount of sub-assemblies I did for Lionel Johnson, actually. That was if you want to talk complicated. Mm. And also, Primarks are huge for 28 mil.
Yeah, they are.
But I get what you're saying.
So, sorry, one sec. My wife called me a twat. No, asked me to drop the bike off to her. And I told her I can't. Right, so, my reservations on your statement Arnau is I get what you're saying, I get the logic, but on a bigger piece on a big piece I think that resolving stuff to a high standard is more difficult when you don't know what you're doing, whereas on a 28 mil I know that how to resolve most of the stuff that I'm painting. Elder, armor, an avatar, maybe, some spaceships. It might be the source material I'm more comfortable with, but I have now some of the elder statues from Forge World, the large scale that I tried to get you and Albert to paint, and you both were like, no, I don't want to paint that. And I feel like I could paint that guy, that large scale, as fast maybe as a miniature, maybe. But I certainly couldn't do some barbarian at the same scale. That would take me 5 months, because everything maybe this is going back to the fact that I'm not comfortable with failure, and I feel like I have to produce.
Well, you said something that it set off an alarm in my head, in a way, because you said finishing to a high standard, and we're not even. I mean, it's the whole point is painting, not high standard or not high standard. It's we need to paint. You know what I mean?
Well, my journey was seeing how far I've come. That's what I wanted to first test the waters in. And that's not really, now the thing is, I was painting that warlock, and I haven't finished it yet, but I was really, and no part of me didn't enjoy painting that warlock that I've done so far, right? Probably like 2 evenings, 3 evenings. And the result was better than any model I'd produced 6 years ago, I think, roughly. And I enjoyed the process completely, and I didn't feel crippled or worried, and I didn't care if it wasn't good or bad. Just happened to be better than I thought I was going to do. And now maybe my journey's wrong. Maybe formalizing and saying I want to see where I'm at as a painter is the wrong concept.
I don't think so. I think it's fine. It's actually, if you are able to look at it constructively and objectively, and realize what level you are at without thinking I'm over that level or I'm under that level. You know what I mean? Like, if you have high expectations about your own outcome, you may be disappointed. But if you will just accept when it comes out, and you understand that this is your level, you know what I mean?
But my confidence is all-time low. So
okay.
I expect it to be shit. That's what
I'm just curious about, you say you want to see where your level, like you want to see how far you've come, is what you said. But what is the action, like what is the what's behind you now? Because you've had the 6-year break, you painted some of this warlock. Are you looking for like to kind of evaluate how that went? Why wouldn't you just paint the warlock and then look at that? What's this?
Yeah, no, that is what I would do. Paint the warlock and look at it. Correct, yeah. But it's more, I have some excitement maybe that I'm not as bad as I thought I was. And maybe that's the objectivity coming in, because I think I can be relatively objective. And I'm like,
interesting.
Obviously, I hadn't, when I was painting, I didn't have any of these thoughts. I was just painting. But I realized looking back now, because it was 2 months ago, or ish, that like I'm impressed isn't the right word, but I'm pleasantly surprised that, and I'm not saying it's a great piece either, right? But it's just, it was better than I thought it would be for how I see myself as a painter. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not very understandable.
It's better than for how you see yourself. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's fair.
I kind of see myself now. I think I can't paint at all, right? Like I have because it's been so long where I've sort of built up this feedback loop of I don't enjoy painting. I found it intimidating. People were telling me to do what I didn't want to do, and I was like, for the last like 6 months of painting, I just didn't enjoy a single day of it. But I was still doing it because I thought that's what I enjoy. So it stopped becoming a hobby. And now I painted this thing, and I enjoyed it, and I liked what came out of it. So like there were no bad sides to it, right? It's relaxing. I watched TV. In fact, it was painting this model has probably coincided with me not wanting to play 40k as much as well, because it was like I'm having low. I wasn't enjoying 40k.
I remember you saying. Sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I just thought it was interesting the way you were talking about it at the time as being a real like like really just taking excitement sand from this bucket and pouring it into the other thing. It's like you can be excited about painting or gaming, but I do kind of understand it. You're like that's where your mind is at, and that's what motivates you to do one thing or the other. I do understand that.
Yeah. And you probably can have, like, I can still have sex and enjoy it and paint Warhammer, but for some reason I can't mix two Warhammers.
I understand. I completely understand. I hyper-focus a lot as well in things.
But do you though, or now? Because like you clearly have gaming stuff, and
But that doesn't require anything of me. I just sit and game. Painting is a lot more difficult in your head. You need to almost think about it the whole day. You need to want to do it. You need to.
It's immersive.
And gaming is just. I'm just bored. I just sit in the couch, put the controller, and just game.
I'm not talking about that gaming. I mean, you play 40K.
Well,
because Jamie said that you don't combine 40K's hobby stuff. You have like you're playing 40K but Arnau, I know that you paint.
No, I've got,
which is a little interesting to me that you can switch between painting your gaming stuff and your commission stuff and your own stuff that you just do for fun, and it seems to like kind of.
It's actually more simple than that, because it's just painting, right? So if I paint my stuff or other stuff or commissions, it's just painting. And then gaming, I just do it with Jamie when he comes, but it's not something I think about it. When he comes, we play, and that's it. He's talking about tournaments, doing lists every day.
Yeah. When dedication and commitment and actually focusing. Yeah,
exactly.
sure.
Yeah, and it's a thought process, like a way of life. I'd do bedtimes with the kid, and then I'd spend an hour just building lists, rather than now. Like if I'm now, when I'm putting him to sleep, not right now, but when I paint, I'm imagining the model. The imagination was the exact same as it was for the army stuff. I was thinking, how would this interact on the table? How would this do against this pairing? And now I'm thinking, how can I paint X? But yeah, I obviously it's frustrating in a way that I'm going to the UK because I won't get to do any painting, when right now it's the first time I'm like free, as it were, to actually do painting. But we'll do the museum. We'll create an eco chamber of our own excitements, Arnau and I.
Yeah, I guess we will both need that extra last push to start the 4th season of the glorious Mini Matter podcast.
Well, that's true.
With painting.
If you want to live stream the entire visit, or just open up a call to me, then
and let you enjoy it.
Feel free.
Well, you're going in Feb, so I think I'll try and facilitate that. But again, you will have other things you want to do there. But yes.
Summarizing, your journey is basically painting enough to realize what your level is at. So, like establishing a baseline of where you can start from.
It's a bit no. You did point out a point though, that I want to improve, and I want to improve in a non-toxic way. I've got a desire now to when I'm daydreaming about painting now, I'm like seeing pieces that I'm painting, and it's above my level, right? And that was probably the thing that killed me off before, as well as all the other stuff that was going on around painting, like people telling me what to do and stuff.
Exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah, and that I mean, I learned the lesson that no, paint for fun, enjoy the journey. But actually, I guess at some point you would need to say, do you know what? I'm enjoying myself, but I want to focus for 6 months and get better, and then go back, because I'm not addicted to Elden Ring anymore, right? So however long that bug was, whatever it was, like 10 days, 100 hours or something.
You already let it go?
I haven't let it go, but I'm not fixated on it. Now I have a slightly healthier relationship. I'll do 2. Well, it wasn't by choice. It was because work came, and they were like, they didn't tell me, but I know my deadline was I had to go live last week, so I had no choice. I couldn't play during the so and that was what changed it. But so yeah, I've played like 2 hours a day now for the last like 5 days or something in the evening, and I still like the game. But it's a good thing. Anyway, all I'm saying is it's a good thing because now I can flip that over to painting, basically.
I'm very interested in this. You both touched on it. This idea of, I think you call it like daydreaming, Jamie, and this idea of how you're engaging with your hobby when you're not at your desk, basically. Like, I know a lot of us spend a lot of time on like social media looking at things, and I think I'm mostly find that to just be not a waste of time per se, but it's too much time. I'm not getting that much out of it. It's not super inspiring. It's not really. It doesn't feel like engagement. It's just like scrolling. But aside from that, it's interesting, this idea of where your mind goes when you're thinking about your hobby, like the project you're working on. Because Arnau, it sounds like you do a lot of like thinking with the commission stuff you're working on when you're not painting it.
I think it's more important than painting. Like,
really,
it is. Painting happens in your head. I always say that it's not the painting. The act of painting is just the last bit of painting. But imagine if we were not miniature figure painters. If we are just plain painters. What differentiates a good painter than the best painter is what they paint. Not if they are good with brushstrokes, not if they are doing, they have good technique. Is what they paint. So, and it's the same with us, in a bit different sense, because obviously we paint on already made figures. But what do you want to do with the figure is what differentiates you from the rest, and not how clean you will be, how detailed you will be. That's that has just it's boring.
It's a tool in a way, though, isn't it? It's just another tool.
It is, yeah.
Basically.
It is just
I think the way you phrased it was that miniature painting is all about decisions, and I guess making those decisions can happen just as much when you're away from your desk, like when you're, I don't know, in your car or taking a shower, or when you're passed out in the gutter.
It's like if we simplify it with a with a ball, right? Very simplified, a ball, and this ball is metallic. It's a steel. We could the most simple thing we could do would be to paint it in a true metallic, right? Just plain lead belcher. That's it. That's one decision. The next decision would be to try to do a more like a metallic, and then let's do a ball with a highlight. That's another decision. Another decision would be let's do the ball, but it's reflecting the floor. So another decision. Let's put the floor. Then let's say that there's two sources of light, because one of them it's a reflection of something. Then another decision, let's put another highlight. Another decision, let's do different temperatures, because the floor is brown and the sky is blue. Let's do two temperatures. Another decision is we can put a cast shadow in the ball. Let's, there's so many decisions that we can do, and how far can you take it will make the figure better, or as any painter or as any paint.
It's a good way to or segment progression as well, because then you can say, okay, I can do one thing really well, that's the base level, and then I can add highlights, that's the next, every step you just went through. If you're able to cognitively come up with and how to resolve those without painting, you'll find it a lot easier to do that in real life. And because then there's another step, because now we were on the first layer, which is the simple one. It's just a metallic ball. But what if this metallic ball is being rusted from one side? Or what if this metallic ball is glowing from the inside?
Or what if this metallic ball is under, it's raining and it's in the forest, you know? So it's not just a metallic ball, it's the environment, the situation, and then we haven't even established feelings and things like that. Obviously, it's a steel ball, so it's a bit difficult. But
it could have a personality.
It's the starting point. The first decision that you make. I'm going to do a metal ball. It's a very simple path that you can complicate, but it's still a very simple path. So when you are thinking about these things, the first decision is very important, because where do I want this ball to be? Do I want to have an environment, to have a context, to have a meaning of this ball? Maybe there's a little girl with an umbrella and it's raining and it's protecting the ball and it's making, you can do so much. And we have so little mind sometimes with painting that we are just rendering. We are just rendering machines. And if we are painters, if we want to paint, we can do anything that we want. I'm becoming a bit philosophical here,
but then it's then you're only limited by your biggest fears, basically, because when you're young,
always.
Right, yeah, and you have these ideas, let's say a Taskmaster. It doesn't need to be a Taskmaster. When you're young, you've got an idea and you just fucking do it. And it's rubbish, right? But you fully embraced your imagination and you did everything that you wanted to do. And I mean, we've been through it, but social media and your surroundings and your expectations mean that you can't do those things. I've always said I've got a billion ideas in my head, and I guess every single person has these ideas in their head. You walk around a studio, you walk around Games Workshop, you see it online, you're like, actually I get it more in person than I do online, weirdly, but you just go to places, don't you, and you think up a scenario in your head and that would be fucking cool and this would be cool, and then you talk to your mates, but I never do it ever because I'm terrified of doing it, and yeah. I'm terrified of doing this and this orc. So I think this is a really good thing for me to do because it's a baby step. It's got no importance, and I can do the Taskmasters, the killer can, and like it or not like it, I'll still do it. And I think that's the first step on my recovery. This is basically counselling at this point. It's the first step on my recovery to say I'm scared of doing it, and to just start doing it with a really small baby step. And then once you do that, you'll be like, oh shit. I learned a lot. I think actually doing this army painting for the Elder got me back into painting without me realising it as well, because I haven't painted any of them well, but I put colours down on everything and I based everything, and I just got a feel for actually sitting down at the table again after 5 years or something. The original point was, how do you paint in your head, or why do you do it? And Arnau might do it more consciously, but I remember Arnau talking about it with Lionel before, right? And then Lionel started to paint.
Yeah, it's the whole thing that we worked in when we did the coachings. I mean, in how I see painting, there's no painting without this. Because
I can tell you where there is, and that was all the painting I'd ever done.
Yeah, but
I know what you're saying.
I mean, yeah. and I do this differentiation. It may be a little bit rude, or but I do the differentiation between coloring and painting, which it's like coloring a color book or doing a painting. You can color a color book very well, but is it a painting? Probably not.
Well, interestingly, Arnau, fuck me. I don't know if you did that deliberately, but one of our questions is... There's a search for it. Hold on. So, we've obviously got Dr. Lovebrush. Now, I don't know when or it was asked, but LG is asked, is miniature painting art? Now, I know this is contentious, and by contentious, I mean I've heard people talk about it and dismiss it as art. And then, basically that's the question, right? He wants to know, is miniature painting art? And it's led into it perfectly. Because I would have said no, especially before I met Alfonso. But I was very green in the field, so I didn't know. But it's just an interesting that my initial reaction was it's not art. I always had in my head that art is you walk into a museum and there's art on the wall, right? Or a sculpture also, and that's what I'd always had as art. And I'd never liked art because I found it very boring.
But there's something there, because I think it's most of the time it's not art. I think, but also it's a very complicated topic.
Yeah.
The first thing is that art is established by the viewer.
So that was what I was gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot make art. You just do something, and someone may find it art for them. For me, art is like it's like something almost spiritual in a sense. The word art, it's something out of the ordinary. Like it's the top of that, like something.
This is fucking interesting, Arnau. I'll be honest. I have never in my life asked myself what art is, okay? Now, and I would have always said I don't have an artistic bone in my body. I have a copying bone in my body. As I said, I've got an okay technique in painting. If I see something, I can roughly do it. I can spend... But I've never thought, what is art? Now, there's loads of things here. First of all...
No, I have thought about this.
Yeah, I thought countless hours about this.
Arnau has thought about it. I have also thought about this a lot.
Let me quickly...
Go ahead.
Right. The first thing is Jason at Monty, right? Jason is Valbjorn. And this motherfucker, okay, he doesn't listen to podcasts, so I can be rude. This motherfucker, he might do. I don't know if he does. I don't think he does. He was taking pictures of stuff, right? And I wasn't thinking this because I like him enough to think it, but what the fuck are you taking a photo of that for, right? And then he'll turn, like in my head, and it's like a shrub on a fucking wall of something. And then he turns around and shows you the photo, and he's probably put a nice filter on or something. And it's like a fucking piece of art. You've got these like clouds in the background, and it's perfectly in focus, and he's framed it well, and it's like its composition is good. And then we walked down the wrong road, we walked into some bloke's basically house, but it looked like a fucking drive. And there was this thick as fuck green moss, like super vibrant. It rained that day, right? So it was a bit like, you can imagine, like it was like moss that you buy from. And he was like, "Fuck, look at that moss." Me and Lionel, we were having our banter. He was calling me a twat. I don't know, whatever. We were very oblivious to this fact. Anyway, the point being, art is so subjective, right? But
the most subjective thing.
Yeah, it really is.
My kid draws something, doesn't give a shit, but you can see they had fun, and they in their mind that's art that they've just produced, right? To a normal person, you'd be like, that's not art, but
they don't give a shit about
exactly
if it's art, because they did it because they needed to do it.
It's an expression, is what I was going to go to.
It is an expression, exactly.
But it's also. Oh, sorry, you were not.
No, go for it, mate. Go on. I've got more to say.
No, it's just. Yeah, they'll say it. It's fine.
No,
go ahead. You are on a tangent. You want to think.
Come on.
And then the second point was Jason in art, and then me in my thought process of what art is, because I've never ever questioned what art is until right now, right? Which is why I'm quite excited about this. So I listen to a lot of music, but I don't necessarily understand music because I've never played music or written music, but I know that I fucking love music. And that's, in my mind, music's art, but I guess that's like fairly...
all music is art?
Yeah, because it's expression, but I don't like it all. To me, it's not art because it doesn't bring me anything, but it's still art to them, right?
But let's say this, and this can be done with painting as well. If I tap on a piece of wood and do a melody, is that art?
I mean, it makes me feel something. So yes, is how I see it.
I mean, if I do like a.
You mean if it's a shit beat or something? Yeah, I think so, because it's what wants to come out of my body or your body at the time, right?
I have to agree. I think.
I know you might not be wanting that, Arnau, but
I don't agree, but it's totally fine that you're wrong. For example, in painting, in this sense, if a child does a doodle, is this art?
But to them, it's art.
They don't give a shit if it's art.
Oh, you're saying that to do art, you have to be deliberate. Interesting.
No. It's completely the opposite.
No, Arnau is saying that if you look at it and you think it's art, then that makes it art. Not whether they want it to be art or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
if you listen to Arnau like clapping his hands and you think that that's art, then that makes it more
if that
art.
moves you, it's art.
Yeah.
I don't think it's art because I'm literally I'm just having spasms in my hand and I'm just doing a rhythm. So, if a kid does a doodle and it's an absolute shit of a doodle because he's an idiot and nobody likes it, then it's not art. If this kid grows and he is a complete uncoordinated bitch and he does something that is very ugly and nobody likes it, it's still not art. Maybe it's art because he's very tortured and we don't like him.
Well, this sorry.
Yeah, go.
This now is getting into the territory of if you don't hear the tree fall, does it make a sound?
Yeah,
concept,
pretty much.
basically.
But there's two that's completely my opinion. But in my opinion there's two things that establish art. One is the viewer, obviously, and then the other one is the dedication. Or I don't like to say that art is elitist, but I don't think that art is mundane. For me, art is the top, is the thing to aspire, the thing that moves you. Absolutely. If everything moves me, nothing is art. So
it's like how I can't always be happy.
I think the difficult thing here is it's both down to us arguing what is art and what is not art, but then the other question is who gets to decide what is art and what's not art. Because I think the easy thing to do would be to say that anything and everything is art. And if I think it's fair to go by the definition that if it elicits an emotional response, then it's art, and if it moves you, then it's art. But there's so much that we would probably think is art that wasn't intended to be, or that has more kind of artistic design in it than is, its purpose. So like architecture, for example, nowadays, I think most architects wouldn't consider themselves artists. It's more practical, it's more pragmatic, but also a lot of us would think that it's just not as nice looking. It doesn't look as pretty as it did 400 years ago. But if you look at like anything produced in the Renaissance, whether it was a building or a sculpture or a fresco or a ceiling, it's like, yep, that's all art. So by that kind of weird definition, then it's like anything that a craftsperson did in between 1450 and 1550 in Italy, that's all art. And by the same and then going further with that, like, is food art? Is, like you were saying, music. I mean, every piece of music, is that art? I agree. Yeah. I kind of agree with what you're going for now, is that like everything can't really be art. I think we're just to go back to like our hobby, we're very quick to say that what we do is art because we use brushes and paints.
I agree.
But like that yellow wall behind me, I don't think that's art.
Exactly. And that was my whole point.
With a brush and paint.
Where do you establish the line between that kid doing doodles and an artist that spent years of formation and countless nights thinking about stuff and exploring and years of experience? Where is the line? And if the line is close to the child, then in my opinion nothing matters, because art is everything. So I'll just shit a little bit beautifully and that it's art,
So I didn't think we were going there, so I wrote the things I wrote down. Was the god statue in Brazil, or whatever it's called, Do you know the one, the big cunt with his arms up?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Jesus, yeah.
I don't think that's art, right? It's just a statue with a guy. But I find a lot of beauty in some buildings that are made in modern eras and old eras, where you're like,
Yeah.
and to me it's art because I don't understand it. I'm like, how have they gone out there and fucking created with the engineering, with the physics, and built this thing, right? I find it basically magic because I know I could learn it.
I get that.
Possibly,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's this veneer of awe that I feel for it, right? And a baby's thing, I'm in awe of their state of mind when they create it, but not the thing that they've created. So to me, that's art in the fact that this thing that 2 years ago was just a blob of shit, just like muscles and cells and stuff.
But isn't this art or just the beauty of nature and life?
But nature and life
'cause
is art.
But
Everything fucking is art then.
Not everything.
Literally
No, it's
everything.
not everything. Murder's not art.
Or maybe it is.
Jason's pictures. Would you say that it's art that he's taking picture of, or does it become art when he takes a picture of it?
Yeah, it's the
Because
latter.
there's a lot of
If you were going to do it, because
yeah, it has to be, right? Because there's a lot of photographs in museums that most people would say this is photography art.
Yeah.
So obviously, taking a picture of it, that's when it becomes art.
but
But in that case, it's definitely not. I mean, that seems like it would be very much up to the intention. So, like,
but-
if someone takes a picture intending to turn it into art, then it becomes art. And if we're just taking selfies, then that's not art, because every photograph can be art.
I agree in some part and don't agree with in other. Like for me, art, and this again, it's very personal, but I think art is very honest, and it's very easy to become pretentious with art, to wanting to do art.
so this is
And
sorry.
go.
First of all, I want to just get it out there that I think I mentally need to realize that we might talk about this for a while. I feel like we're pushing to conclude, but I don't want to. And I'm
No. I have a lot to say.
yeah, and I feel a great need to talk a lot and quickly, and I'm really frustrated that we're not in the same room for this conversation, right? Because then we could read the body language cues and know not to talk over each other, etc. So that's the first thing. I want to talk about this for a while, okay?
We could schedule. Sorry, you can say your other thing. We should maybe schedule a time when the three of us are actually in a room to have this conversation properly
and really do it. Yeah, if this doesn't satisfy my urge to
It won't. There's no way we're gonna get to an end here. Yeah. What was the other thing?
And the other thing is, I can't remember now, but I was nearly going to say it before you interrupted mine. But
Can I say one thing that I think it summarizes what it's art for me? So maybe that can scratch your itch.
Yeah,
maybe not.
Yeah.
Or maybe it. But for me, behind a piece of art, there's always honesty, in a sense that it doesn't. The person doing it doesn't want it to be art; they just want to do it. The second one is that there's a lot of dedication on it. Like there's study, there's practice, there's a technical aspect to it. So it's not random, it's deliberate, but not deliberate in the sense that make wanting to do art. It's just a culmination of that person's wanting to do this in the best way possible, basically.
so the twat arts.
And
Yeah.
it's just the last thing, that thing about the photograph. Jason is taking good photographs because he knows photograph, because he's passionate about it, because he knows composition, he knows what, if I go with my camera and do a silly picture, it will be probably shit because I have no clue about photography. Same with the architecture. Behind the good buildings, there's passion, there's dedication, there's a will to do something beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's art, but they really like architecture and they want to do it. They want to scratch their own itch, and that's what actually becomes art, because of that desire, that fire that they have. For me, well, and that's another point. We are very quick to say that things are art because we want to do art, but then most of things are empty because they just are made to be art, which, in my opinion, and when I see them, it not only moves me, but also disgusts me a little bit.
So, okay, there's loads of shit to cover here, right? From what I've written down. I was going to say it means that you're saying that the art has to be good for it to become art, but that's not true. I was going to say that quality, because they've experienced and they've researched and they've enjoyed it and they've whatever 10,000 hours, that makes it art. But no, you said there it's more about the intention. So I'll delete that that counter argument. The next one was is food art? Now, I would argue that potentially yes, because that fucking chef who came out, he was so excited to talk about his food and how he cooked it and the techniques. But I never ever would have put food in my, before this conversation, but in my definition of art.
Right, exactly. And it's because we have these instinctive ideas about what art is, and questioning that can lead to one or two things, I guess. Well, it can be, well, no, actually, this is what art is, or you sort of have this weird, like, oh, that means everything is art, which I'm not really sure about.
And that chef was passionate about it. He did it because he didn't want to make art. He wanted to do food, and he wanted you to enjoy it. And it was his life passion, probably, to do those dishes. So it follows the same pattern as I think it's art.
So by your logic, Arnau, a lot of different things can be art, but it's really on a case-by-case basis. Even like one miniature
Definitely.
Can be art,
Absolutely.
Another cannot be art. Yeah.
I would say that 99% of pieces are not art. And some pieces that are made with absolute passion and dedication and they hit the nail in the head, they are.
So the box art stuff that you do?
No, not at all.
Because it's just box art.
Maybe I did in my obviously I cannot say what's art for myself, because I don't know. Some people like some pieces that I did and I hate them. Some people like pieces that I also like. So I don't know.
Your
doesn't matter though.
Your thing is not.
You have the dedication, the experience, the commitment, all that stuff. By your definition, it sounds like a lot of the stuff you do is art.
But you're
not really, because I don't put my soul in it in most of them.
The intention surely doesn't count though. Your intention on whether
for me it's everything.
Nah, but fucking I walk. I go hunting, right, and I see a lot of wildlife when I'm out there, and hunting, ironically, is the only time I actually get to experience the true beauty of nature, weirdly, because I don't put myself in those situations normally. But when you're watching like a baby deer fucking dancing around and pissing off its mum, and the mum's like, get the fuck off me, to me, it there's a lot of beauty in it, and it's not art, potentially, but if I took a photo of it, it suddenly becomes art. It depends
if the picture is properly done.
Well done, composition. But do you get what I mean? Like, to me, I guess we're saying that there's a distinction between that, but when I'm looking at those...
There's a distinction between beauty and art.
Yeah, right, yeah. But it is arty. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, beauty isn't art then, on that definition. But then...
No.
Yeah, but my reason why I don't necessarily know if I believe that statement is you get some dickhead with a banana and he puts it on a wall with... I only know that art from Mami-chan, right? Like... People... Now, my problem and also goodness about that thing is it gets you questioning what is art, I think. I don't know what kind of statement it's making, right? But
that's the statement. That's the statement.
Now I'm realising, like... But there's loads of dickheads who do shit like that, right? Not Mami-chan, the artist who did it. And it's like... Art, do they know? Are they being pretentious? Or do they know what they're trying to do? Like...
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Some people think that, and there's a few, in the avant-garde, people thought or think that some situations are art, or some. For example, there was this guy that put some shit on a can and sealed the can, and those cans had the artist's shit, and obviously nobody knew if there was shit or not, but that was art. Many years later, they opened the cans and there was no shit inside. So, but the whole thing, they believe it's art because it's, I think it's bullshit. But same thing as the guy who sold a white canvas and to trick the buyer. Sorry, it was a whole thing, but all these things then are called art because they're a social commentary or something, that a situation that brings. I mean, for me, it's a social commentary and that's it. It's not art, but it depends on how you broaden the word art. And for me, it's narrow because I want it to be special. But some people want it to be very white and everything can be art. That's also fine. I guess it's just about.
I think the weird thing for me personally, I don't know what I don't have a lot of use for the word art. I don't really know what to do with it. I think I'm not interested in describing the stuff that I do as art for any specific reason. I don't think necessarily that I need to compliment anyone else by saying that their stuff is art. I would much rather call it beautiful or anything else. Like there are better adjectives than say this is art. And so it kind of, it becomes a little pointless. I know that's a little bit of a cop out of the whole discussion to just say, I don't care. But actually that is kind of my stance is like, I really don't need that word.
I think it's the whole point because most of the things are not art. So you don't have to have the word art in the mouth all the time.
Yeah.
When you see art, you fucking know it. When you are in a cathedral and you are fucking awestruck with all the architecture and you stay there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you are literally paralyzed. That's art. When you see a painting and you cannot move from the front of that, that's art. Like.
I get that, but
that goes back
and it ruins a little bit. I agree with you, Arnau, but it's also that kind of diverges a little bit from the conversation we're having. Because then, if I'm like that cathedral, we were in churches in Italy, and we did have that experience. We were all kind of standing there for 5 minutes, just staring at the ceiling. And if someone had said to me, "Wow, this is art," I wouldn't have made a yes or no judgment on that. I would have thought, "Sure, okay." But if they'd said, "This looks like shit," I would have said, "No, actually, I really like this. This is really nice. I enjoy this." You know what I mean? That feels
absolutely.
more like that has more of a value to me, that word. It's a little strange to put that qualifier on art. And yet, I do also agree with you that it should be special. Because just saying everything is art that completely just,
disrespects the word.
It doesn't need that much value, but it needs some value. It just means that now it's completely without value.
Well, so here's what I've written down. I don't need to keep telling you that, but I've always considered, or now in the conversation, I consider art to be something that moves me, right? But by that definition, a baby rabbit chasing another baby rabbit can't be art. Or sorry, could be art, right? Because I think this is a beautiful moment in my head. I still remember it now, right? Quite clearly, like, and the deers with the babies and shit like that, right? But I would also argue that like going into a cathedral and something, that isn't art because it's a building. But I think that the word, I think Martin, it's good what you're saying. It doesn't need to be defined, but I think you can define art, and I get the concept of Arnau, you saying it has to be deliberate and you have to be passionate about it and blah blah blah, and then it becomes art. But it's still a broad spectrum. But also at the same time, like people, they could try and produce. I mean, we could bring back to models soon, but they can try and say it's art, but then it's not art to me. But then those deer dancing could be art to me. But then I would say maybe art has to be a physical thing and a one-off thing, and just say those deer is just beauty.
Thing.
Yeah.
Man-made thing.
And then I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I think that
okay.
at least is a pretty fair qualifier. Is to say that like a beach or a baby deer or a sunset is not necessarily art because it's not produced.
But
by
then if you take a photo
anyone.
of it, it becomes art.
Yeah, then
Does
that
it still
art, then that
look
exactly,
beautiful?
and like we were saying with composition and with a thought to creating something and capturing something, that's the process that turns it into art.
Children are the enigma here, though, because their artworks that they're creating.
Yeah.
Nah, but the thing is, my kid's 6.
I don't think they are.
Nah, but she's creating art. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's drawing stuff, right? And it's not as good as someone who's an expert. But she's been drawing for 2 years, 3 years, and like she knows.
Well, this is sensitive because then it's like, what is the age where you become an artist? Or now?
No, but I think it's another thing. It's your child. If I go into a class and I see all the children
They're all shit.
drawings, I don't give a shit about them.
But the art is subjective, which is the whole point of why it could be art to the
But
parents.
obviously, of course, it could be art for the parents, for sure. Everything that this kid will do, it will be art. Like for my grandma, everything I did was fucking perfect. But you know, it's just her. Same as you will do with your kid, you will like everything.
Is it cynical though? Is it, or is it just you want to have tight definitions on? I mean, who cares? Kids don't need to do art. They're not doing it for that reason, right? She's drawing.
My whole point is that the person who does the art doesn't want to do art. If you want to do art, you are breaking my first rule, which is the honesty. If you want to do art, you are doing it for a wrong reason, which is not passion. It's just
I mean, yeah. It's
I can find the word, pretentiousness. Because you want to do art, you want to be an artist. Because I'm good.
You need a magician to tell if someone's being sincere or not in that, right? Only the person will know themselves.
Of course, but we have to judge what's art for us.
Yeah. Well, like all the music. So the album of the week, okay, that I'm listening to, because it will link in. It's fucking Spanish woman. The whole album's in bloody Spanish. It's called Rosalia, right? I think.
Oh shit! You are listening to Rosalia?
Yeah, I've never heard of her before, but this album's called Lux.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I've
know.
heard that this week as well, actually.
She's Catalan, you know.
Oh, is she?
That's why she's so
Yeah,
annoying.
She's having a moment. She's being very popular right now. Yeah.
Oh, is she? Interesting. Well, that would explain why I got this song, and then I like the song.
She is very popular.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the album is good, and it is a good album. And I tried to listen to a few of the other albums, and I can't do it. They're awful. They're terrible. They're like weird R&B kind of fucking. They offended me slightly, but and she's doing pretentious shit. Like she's got an orchestra in her music video, and she's pretending they're not there. I don't like. I very, very, very rarely watch music videos. My mate sent me the music video. That's why I looked. They were like, "Oh, she's fit and good at music." I was like, anyway. So, like, she would have deliberately set out to create music, right? And you would argue that music is art. I mean, you're not, but so
some people would, yeah. I mean, some songs are, but some songs are mass produced by teams of 10 people that just want to make money. This person, Rosalia, she's a music maker that she wants to do music. She has studied music. It's not.
No, I get that. I get the distinction. I mean, in my mind, when you because
didn't study anything though, right?
She seems like she can do opera or some shit. She's obviously trained her voice. She must have, because her voice control is far too
but
good.
I'm arguing with Arnau's definition. Like all of those things that could apply to anyone or no one.
Absolutely.
Like that doesn't mean that she creates art and someone can create art without having those.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not. I don't think art is absolute. I think it's literally case by case basis.
I see. So if we rewind and we go back to the beginning, my assumption on what art is completely wrong from before, Like, again, I'd never thought about it, and it was only stuff in the museum. And stuff in the museum generally will be art, because most of those people have created it, and they blah, 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 from our definition. I'm a little bit loose on or frustrated by the concept that it's like you can't just accidentally create art. I kind of semi-disagree, but I don't know why.
But you can.
Yeah, I think I guess I need to. Okay. Now I'm more confused. But I need to distinguish between art and something beautiful. Right? For me, they're kind of been the same thing my whole life. Like a chick's face who's really good. There was a girl in an office I used to work with, right? A girl, and me and my mate would call her Face because we didn't know her name, and she had a great face, right? The rest of her, but her face was fucking banging, right? And I'd almost argue like her face could be art, is how I had it in my head. She's a piece of art. She was a beautiful thing, right? But
yeah, it's just a beautiful thing.
But it's
I think art is man-made.
Yeah, right. But that's what I mean. My whole life, I've never thought that. If you understand what I'm going with it, like art was anything beautiful, basically, and I think
yeah. Going back to what I said I find art being a little bit useless. It's not even the same to say that something is like a work of art, because I could say that about a lot of things, that this feels to me like a work of art.
But it's a saying,
like artwork.
Right? That's how we're brought up.
But it's more
basically.
of a saying. Yeah, exactly. And that to me feels, again, it's closer to like a nice thing that you say about something, and there's more value in that than distinguishing something and saying this thing is art. That doesn't actually mean. I don't know exactly what that's trying to say. What is implicit in that?
It's beautiful though. I think that's the whole point, right? It's like they're they or it or whatever is so great that it could be art. You could pass it off as art. You know, you could put her in a museum and say it was a sculpture and it would be beautiful, kind of thing.
Which I think goes for a lot of miniatures as well.
But then you're full circle again, back to Arnau's point that I've painted a lot of stuff in my mind, in my life, and there's only a few things that I would kind of think in my own definition of them being art. So, for example, the Elder project I'm doing, I don't see that as art. I'm trying to recreate heavy metal. Well, ironically, a lot of the heavy metal stuff I don't consider like art. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I do know what you mean. I think
taken
Arnau
models.
would wholeheartedly agree with that.
No, but if you think, they're creating models to sell, right? I'm talking about
they serve a purpose.
Yeah. Whereas the Golden Demon, I would say a lot of that stuff in there, like almost all of it, is art. But but then you've got some characters and shit that you'd be like, that is art more. Because clearly, you know, if you think back through the years, the heavy metal team has produced this piece that are clearly something other than box arts. But the point being, I don't look at that stuff in my cabinet and think that's art. I think it brings me feelings. But then I'm like, that is art.
I struggle with the idea of thinking about your own pieces as art. I struggle hard with that.
Well, I think the model I'm working on now, which I showed you guys yesterday, because of everything about it, because of how special and weird and different it is, that to me feels like I could count that as being a work of art. But that to me says nothing, and I'm not just being like humble, that says nothing about whether or not it's beautiful. That's more like I'm more happy to put it in that category because of what it is and what it's for.
And you don't care if it's called art or not.
No, definitely not.
Exactly. You did it for him, and the whole point was doing it.
Yep. Yeah.
The fact that you call it art doesn't fucking matter.
But does this mean that
case it really doesn't.
Your definition, Arnau, is based kind of on, if it's more pretentious, it's not art. Like, it's an interesting that this is coming in here to this.
I have an allergy to pretentious
levels.
Yeah, it feels like you're kind of sort of shoehorning in that it can't be pretentious as the main.
No.
Fucking.
For example, Interstellar is pretentious as fuck. but it's fucking good.
I never thought it was pretentious. Interesting.
Because Christopher Nolan is pretentious, I think, in his movies.
Yes.
But it pays off most of the times because he does it in a way that it works. Some others are pretentious, and I like. When I'm watching the movie, I'm like, "Fuck me, this is just pretentiousness just for that."
Movies is a good example. The same with, as you said, with music. It's exactly the same argument. Like you can't. You could absolutely say that all films are art, but that would be madness to me. Especially when you start to cross over from fiction into like documentary, into someone's a cooking show on TV, like all of that. If all of that's art, then art is like the weirdest umbrella term for everything. Art just means stuff that's created. But if none of it's art, then we're kind of excluding a lot of things that have, I think, maybe a lot of artistic value. So in that case, I definitely feel like it's a case by case, but I'm definitely not sure which cases would be art then, like which specific films.
Everyone
there would be
Pulp
really
Fiction was pretentious
weird
in a way, and that's clearly good.
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction was pretentious.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. Yeah. It's a bit
in my mind, like the dances that were clearly over
the
the top, or blah blah blah. Like, but it still works somehow as a piece of art, right?
You can be pretentious and make it work. That's for sure.
It's just if you go
just have
too
to back
far.
it. Like if you are pretentious and then you don't deliver, then it's when.
I mean, I would say that like
then.
Picasso's evolution of his style was a bit pretentious, but in like the best way.
Who?
Picasso.
Oh.
If you look at his different like phases and the way his style evolved from.
Well, I think it.
I don't know
In this
anything about
particular case, I think it's funny because he evolved his way of painting in a way that followed his philosophical thought of matter. But is it? I mean, it can be maybe.
But I don't mean in a negative way. I think we're assuming that pretentious means negative. Yes, it's a little negative. But I mean, I think if someone explained that to me about someone other than Picasso, I would think that's fucking pretentious.
Well, maybe it's because I'm just imagining him like a madman trying to understand the world and one day realizing that reality is a lot more complex than what you see, and then trying to represent reality not from your point of view but in the whole.
Yeah.
Which is a very fun concept, and actually when you think about it, try to imagine painting a 2D in the whole sense of the volumetry. Like, it's fucking nuts as an idea.
I don't know that he did that. He tried to do what?
Yeah, so Cubism, this movement, is the representation of an object, but not from the point of view, but as a whole. Like,
that's impossible.
Now I'm seeing it's not possible because we are used to seeing it like this, right? But objects, if you imagine a bottle of paint, the bottle of paint is not this view; it's the whole view. It's this view. It's this view. It's the insides. Is everything. And he wanted to represent everything at once.
I guess he was bored with the mundane.
That's why it's fucking weird, because he wanted to represent everything, and he did traditional art first, so he was a good painter. So I don't think it's pretentious in a way that he didn't do it to be cool.
No, but that's again, that's your definition of pretentious. I don't have to call it pretentious. I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of classical artists that have done things that to me feels like you're kind of full of yourself, but you create something really incredible.
Yeah. I agree.
But then that's not
pretentious. There's a lot of composers from the last 100 years that are incredibly pretentious, but I still appreciate the work that they've done.
Isn't that like
Philip Glass is crazy pretentious?
Well, in fact, I'll tell you who's really pretentious is that Hans Zimmer guy. I've watched any video with him, and he is fucking like full on loves his. He could suck his own dick if he could. I'm sure of it.
You know what? The music from Dunkirk is fucking pretentious. It's just sounds.
But I think there's a difference between ego and pretentious.
Really straight up.
Pretentious
stuff as well.
I've not heard it. Pretentious in my mind, just to give a definition, is doing something deliberately knowing that other people will think that's annoying, but still doing it. In my mind, I know I'm not doing it, but like that's what pretentious is. It's like a deliberate way. Yeah, they're like I'm pretentious if I were to say, I know that everybody likes the color blue, right, and they hate the color red, and I will force the color red on them because I know they don't like it, but I'm going to make them subject to it, kind of thing. It's not quite that, because they're not trying to annoy people. Like, pretentious in my mind is, fuck it, I'm Googling it, but like the fucking cucumber on the wall, that's pretentious
more
because...
like narcissism, self-importance, it's more like that.
Yeah, it's wanting it to be good from this, like, not good, because we all want it to be good, but...
So this is, okay, attempting to impress by affecting greater importance or merit than is actually possessed, right? I think all of our descriptions come up into one good thing. So that's how I see it. You're an annoying little shit, basically, if you're pretentious. You're just a little twat, right? And ego is different from that. And saying I can produce good music, like if Arnau turned around and said I'm a really good painter, right? That's ego, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's self-confidence that your ability to do something, right, perform. You give me a task and I know I'm good at it, and that's ego does get into a bit negative connotation. Let's just say self-confidence, and I think that pretentious people actually don't have self-confidence. I almost feel like they're going somewhere, trying to cover up their shit with attempting to impress by affecting greater importance or merit.
Imagine if I did a piece that was this figure, this woman that represents sadness, and then there's this man that represents whatever, and they are dancing, and they are a reflection of each other, and then whatever. This would be pretentious as fuck.
And also, if you announced that, and you
that's
said,
the key, right?
I've finally made something that the miniature art will remember.
Exactly.
I'm now the greatest. And I mean, we kind of have met people in our hobby that are sort of a little bit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have. But that means it's not art at that point.
In the category of storytelling, in the contest, usually you find a lot of things that...
Yes.
It's why it's my least
Monty,
my least favorite category for that reason.
I really don't like it.
I can't walk around
all the things are so empty of real thought and feeling. Most of the things, obviously, some are really good. I
get it's. I mean, we're bad mouthing a lot of people here who enter the category, but
if you say that some are really good,
you said to get out, isn't it? Very smart. It's. By proxy, it will be pretentious, I feel, because you're forced to do an idea. I mean, some of them aren't, right? I like some of them, it's true. But you're forced to do an idea. By its very definition, you're telling people to make some sort of statement or some sort of...
actually, right? It's a good point. For me, what makes it pretentious is that there is a category for that.
Exactly.
And they are doing it for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
rather
makes
than
it pretentious.
Just do that piece... and don't enter it in storytelling. Exactly. So in itself, it is I don't have an issue with it, but it's not my favorite place to go through. Basically, I feel slightly uncomfortable. But I forgot what I was going to say. But
I have a piece in my head since many years ago that I want to do. I don't know if I will do it, but this is a piece that for things in my life that happened, and I have the piece in my head exactly. Like, I know how I want to do it, and it's very moving. I don't know if I will be able to even look at it when I finish. But it's not something that I would care about anything about. Like, I wouldn't even show it to people, or it's something that I need. It was in my head. It's been in my head for like 5 years, 4.5, and it's the only thing that would make this piece exist. not everyone else, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
contests,
Yeah.
not, you know.
Well, that in itself, you could argue contests are bad because a lot of people paint for contests, as I do.
Yeah.
And you're forced to do it. But then
Well,
again, Taskmasters is doing the same thing.
But are bad if we talk art, but they are not bad. It's by itself, like it's fine. It's okay to do it.
Well, it also goes against the So let's say you paint that piece that you said, the example of pretentiousness, right? You've got this guy reflecting that guy's thing and blah blah blah, and their feet. Now, if you do all that piece and you put it out there and you don't say anything, right? It's not pretentious because it's just a piece. But then you get asked those questions in an interview, and you have thought about those things. That interview slightly comes across as pretentious, even though they're asking you specifically why you did certain choices.
It depends on your attitude.
Yeah, it depends, and also I still maintain that like being pretentious isn't that bad, but it does. I agree. It depends on the attitude. You can say all of those things as an explanation, and it doesn't. If someone thinks like, "Oh, this is fucking pretentious," that's their opinion. You know, you haven't like done anything wrong.
But then again, right, in a weird way, pretentiousness is also on the person listening. Anybody who talks about art ever, okay, is pretentious, right?
Well, might be
It depends.
perceived as
So to me, sorry,
On
for me from an outside perspective, when I didn't do art, hearing someone talk about a piece, right, I was kind of like, get over yourself.
But talking,
Yeah. I mean, I very rarely listen to artists talking. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm talking like on a TV interview or something, and they're pieces on the wall.
But what I mean is commenting about something is pretentious.
About their own pieces.
you mean artists talking about their own work?
Yeah, and don't get me
absolutely.
wrong, they're being interviewed and they have to give a fucking an answer. But I've always thought like I've never thought this, but I've seen it. Like people are dying in certain places, and you're talking about this piece of art, but that to me is complete bullshit because we're not dying, like, and we're not at war, blah blah blah, whatever. And it's terrible that those things are happening, but we as humans want that extra level. We want to engage our souls, I do said, but you know what I mean. You want to go to that place. You want to hear music that moves you, and so
yeah, of course, and it's natural to live your own life. And I mean,
so, but I still, when I see these artists talk, like Arnau, if I asked you to explain a piece to me, right, and your not your thought process, just be like, so I don't know, why did you do this piece? What were your choices?
Let's do it. Let's do it for real.
Okay, and we'll see how non-pretentious you could be. All right, what's my favorite?
No. I mean,
I
would genuinely answer the question.
Yes, I just need to find a piece. Hold on. Arnau miniatures. Okay.
What are we talking about? You want to talk about the little
No, that can't, you won't be. That's not a
did?
pretentious. That's not a pretentious piece, though. Here's a pretentious piece: the full body nude. Okay, now
the one you did with Layla.
Now that in itself is slightly pretentious. No. An interview wouldn't ask. They wouldn't do that because that's I'm leading.
Just ask my question. My question.
So, why did you paint the naked lady?
First, because I like human bodies. I'm fascinated by human bodies, and I think it's I feel like I'm in a TV show and there's a guy with a microphone.
But that's what we wanted, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's actually the culmination of many years of wanting to paint bodies and skin, and this is the best canvas I had all these years because it's a canvas that Layla and I did especially, considering my own preferences. So yeah, it was an exploration. Actually, it's just an exercise, to be fair, because it's an exploration of a type of skin tone. And you know, I could do other types of skin tone, and I will. But I think I'm specialized in painting light skin tones, and this was a perfect canvas to just try to do it the best I could. You know,
I do. So you avoided going into too much like quote unquote gayness, if that makes sense, to make it pretentious.
Gayness?
Yeah, gayness. And I don't mean homosexuality here when I say gayness.
Okay.
Like self-reverence. It's too much, like, and that...
Pretentious.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
What we're calling pretentious.
That's what I'm saying. You avoided any of that when you spoke.
Why call it gay? We just talked about being pretentious for 20 minutes.
Gayness is like you stub your toe
it's,
and it hurts and you shout, that's gay. That's what I mean by gayness. So
what? Yeah, you avoided some references to your own artistic brilliance.
Yeah, but you said, it didn't come across that way because you weren't boastful.
But this for me, this is an exercise of exploration, of having
exercise is a good word.
Good canvas and trying to do the best you can and trying to explore a skin. I've never used these colors by painting a skin. I used basically grays and browns and greens, and I wanted to try that, and I did. For me, it's not even a full piece. It's just a study. It's literally a study, and I called it a study because it's literally that.
So I think what I'm learning here is don't give yourself compliments, and then it's not pretentious. Don't say how hard it was.
Giving yourself confidence is a good clue.
Yeah, no, but you see these maybe they get led, but like film stars, movie, like music, blah blah blah. They'll talk about like they must get asked it. If you ask about what challenges, what was really hard and stuff, and then you would have to answer and say, but as soon as you start putting that veneer on there, I guess we've digressed here, but yeah, these people could do it. You can answer things without being pretentious. Maybe you have to have pretentiousness built into you to be able to, like we said, what is it? It's not the ego, but it's the other thing. Whatever. Yeah.
Gayness.
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, gayness. Well, I was going to say you're born with it, but no. But obviously in this situation, yeah, you're right. We do need to talk about it more, or maybe it's an unanswerable question.
It is unanswerable.
Yeah,
it's personal.
It's personal, yeah. And if anyone wants to contribute in the Discord, then don't. Like everything's been said.
You'll need voice notes if you're gonna. If anybody wants to partake, open Discord on your phone, and then you can do voice notes. You can't do it on the desktop.
Yeah, and I'm sure art is different for everyone. Like, yeah, I don't know where we talked about art, and someone told me no, art is something, and I was like, well,
Albert,
okay.
But I would not to just like go over the whole conversation again. I would challenge anyone, if you think that the hobby that we do, miniature painting in general, is art, then have a think about what isn't. Because that to me is quite a big spectrum of stuff. So like,
exactly.
I would be curious to hear if what we do, if most of it or all of it is art.
Well, that is
not
our.
all, then
that was our question, right? So let's try and answer it as best we can. Is the miniature world art? And in my mind, like, as soon as you add a backdrop to it and it's a person, it becomes this weird, it's trying to be art thing, if you understand what I mean. I'm not saying backdrops are bad or good. And yeah, but you can easily have pieces that are good without trying to be art, if that makes sense. You can see a piece and it's not trying, like the heavy metal team paintings. I fucking love them. Clearly, I'm trying to recreate them, right? But I wouldn't have like necessarily said they're art. But then again, by us even giving a definition to art, in a way, is pretentious. In some way, like, do you know what I mean?
We can talk about stuff.
Yeah, I know. Just try and play devil advocate.
Everyone's entitled to that definition, I think. That's first of all. It's like we can gatekeep the art itself, but not who gets to have a say in it.
Yeah. So it's miniature art. I think some of it's art, basically.
Yeah, I think it has potential.
Yeah.
The hobby and
some of it.
Yeah, what we do has potential to create art.
In a really weird.
It's craftsmanship in a lot of cases. and in other it becomes art.
Well, a diorama lends itself much more to being art, in my opinion, than a standalone figure with no context, as it were, and stuff. That to me feels much more like an illustration, if I can say that, than it does like art. Whereas as soon as you add in more variables of expression, then I feel like it becomes more arty. Like, I don't like historical. I find it boring as fuck. But yeah, go on.
It's a good point,
boring?
actually.
Sorry, what did you say? You find what boring?
Historical.
Oh, historical, yeah.
If you do a ship or a plane or a car, a model car, or one of those Tamiya, what is that art? And what differentiates this from having a figure straight off the box, putting it in the plinth and painting it, like just rendering it? Mm-hmm. It's the same. It's literally the same. Yeah. Because you are just rendering a material. So, if you consider making a model plane or a car or anything?
This as art,
it's difficult to think about this as art.
Yeah. But in my mind, it's
craftsmanship,
not,
right?
Basically, yeah. Yep. I agree.
Yeah, or a sandcastle. I mean, I'm curious to hear what other people think about this, because it's not. I think a lot of people will be quick to say one or the other, and I'm not really ready to agree with either. So I'm kind of interested to see what people think.
And then the other stuff in the dioramas. Yeah, I think I said that actually. The dioramas to me are more. They lend themselves, even if they're not great, I still feel a lot more emotion put into them, because there's so many things that they've had to do to get there. You know what I mean? And I guess like I need to remind myself that you can create pieces without it being art. I'm not here to create art though. I don't actually care about the definition of art. I just want it to be something that I'm enjoying.
I mean, if you are here just to create art,
struggling.
You'll have a hard time.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever spoken to a miniature painter who says they're trying to create art.
Haven't you?
Okay. I don't know.
I think we probably know a few.
Yeah, I think we know a few.
All right, tell me off air then. Fine. I so vaguely remember having an argument with, not me, but the argument took place in one of the many cars or trips or bars around events where someone was saying that we have to be doing art. Everything we're doing is art. And then someone else saying no. So it's a question that comes up a lot. Is miniature painting art?
Yeah. And people is very strongly on one side or the other. And you'll see that people will react like
viscerally.
Their opinion,
violently,
strong. Yeah, we will have a riot probably.
It's funny, I'd never thought about it. I'm glad you brought this up. Well, we are 1 hour 45 minutes in.
Do you want me to throw you some sayings to lighten the mood?
Lay it on me.
Okay.
Well, you need to get a jingle for this the next time we're going to do it, Arnau, or we'll have no idea where we are in the show.
It was. I think he had the jingle, Jamie.
Just sing a little tune. Just sing a little merry tune.
I don't even know what to say.
But what? Wait, hold on. What? So we got. Sorry, Martin. It's just on your face. You won't be able to see this, but yeah, you got this.
Doc, you gotta give us some good news.
That's the things you don't want to hear segment. You've got
Arnau's face. Weird.
Oh, that's just okay. No.
Show.
That's just the intro to the Up show. No, I got nothing.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just weird sayings.
Should have paused for that.
Another language. Whatever. This was the jingle, by the way. So I have a few. Obviously, I don't need to say all of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we will go quickly through them. And you can try to. Are you
going to translate
guess.
into English, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say it in English, and you'll try to guess what this means. Yeah. So the first one is.
This is my first contestant. This is my first show that I can beat Martin, because I'm always.
Yeah. Right, and I'm getting scores, so yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
The first, it's blowing and making bottles.
Bottles?
Bottles.
It's like a fart?
It's blowing and making bottles.
Yeah, a
Blowing
fart.
and making bottles.
Is it a fart? Just is it not a fart?
In Catalan, is esbufar ampollas.
So
It
am I
means-
wrong?
It means
Am I
that
just
Jamie's trying to give an answer and he wants to know if he's right.
What did you say?
farts?
No.
Oh,
Right,
okay, I
okay.
think it's a strong wind.
No.
No.
It's a lot less literal.
Say it again then.
It's blowing and making bottles.
Someone
It's
lying?
something to do with fire.
It's less
No,
literal.
and it's
Yeah, okay, so it can mean literally anything. Lying was a good guess. Making bottles. Is it when you're late? Who
it's a
fucking
good
knows?
guess. It's a good
Okay.
guess, but no, it's not.
Unlucky Martin, mate.
Yeah.
So it means when something is easy,
It's when you're blowing and making bottles.
because you are blowing glass and making a bottle.
glass blower and you're
But
making
that's really
bottles.
hard to do.
Okay.
Well, that's what we say when
Not if
when
you're
something
from
is.
Not even
Barcelona.
from Catalan,
Uh,
wherever it is.
So the next one is a bit weirder.
weirder. Okay. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the pitch.
Doing the
what?
The pitch.
pitch,
Pitch with P.
like football
Pitch,
pitch,
doing the pitch.
or pitching to
The
somebody.
peach, as in the fruit. The peach.
Oh, a peach.
Fruit.
Oh,
Peach.
peach.
No offense,
Doing
Arnau. When
the
I s-
peach.
right, doing the peach.
Which say it in Catalan?
Fel préssec.
Would that make a difference, Mike?
Peach.
I
I was curious what peach is in Catalan.
I think it's doggy. So making love to a woman from behind.
What the?
Doing
Is
the
it not that?
peach
A peach, an arse, right?
doggy style.
No, it's anal.
No, peach is doing the peach. Doing the peach.
Okay, it's not anal. then.
Shaving.
Doing the peach.
Well, you may
mate.
have to tell me when you're done guessing.
Eating, is it just eat fruit? No, no one has a saying for eat fruit.
Literally, just eating
That would
a
be
fucking
terrible.
peach.
Eating a peach. Is it when you put
when you're doing the peach?
choking? Is it when you choke because you've got too much in your mouth?
This one has nothing to do with
Really?
with a pitch.
Shaving a sheep. Like
I actually guessed that it was shaving. I thought that might have been
it's
not
not shaving.
because
No,
you're
it's not
stubble
shaving.
on a peach. No,
yeah,
peach
Okay.
fuzz.
dropping money down
no,
a drain or something like losing.
No,
No?
that's good. It could be that. Yeah,
rolls
maybe
in.
it's when you shut the fuck up.
No, I'll just tell you that.
Okay.
It's embarrassing yourself or just.
I never would have ever guessed that, and like ever.
I know.
That
How
could
is-
be
what-
anything.
I
That could
think
be
it's to do with
anything.
no. I think it's to do with your arse. Your arse is your peach, and then your trousers fall down when you're in a restaurant or something.
Yeah, you answered twice things that are related to your ass. So I'm saying
A peach is an arse.
well, yeah, but
Right. Carry on.
A lot of
I'll
things can
give-
be an
I'll
ass.
give-
A lot of
I'll give
things
you
can
one-
be your bottom.
that it's a bit simpler. So you
Okay.
may get
That one was terrible.
Yeah. Sweating bacon.
Sweating bacon. It's
Yeah.
when you're it's when you smell.
No, sweating
Not
bacon
exactly.
surely would. Sweating like a pig means you're worried about something. So sweating bacon would normally mean like you're sweating a shitload, right? You're not literally
in
sweating.
Catalan is suar la cansalada.
Oh, swalla salawalada. Yeah, I think
It sounds like, I think Jamie's right. It's when you're
not
nervous.
looking
about
forward to
something.
something. Yeah.
No, it's when you are making a lot of effort for something and you are very tired.
And you're very
Of
tired.
the effort, or you were literally
Yeah.
tired, like you
And
stayed up till-
obviously sweating, like you are like physically sweating.
So
and
this one is
bacon, 'cause
literal,
you're
but the
sweating.
fucking peach one.
it's almost literal. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sweating bacon. Yeah, that's pretty good though. It's like when you're sweating profusely. But we probably overthought that one.
Yeah, because I changed
the
a lot.
peach one was complete fucking madness.
I can give you another that is madness.
Embarrassing yourself is doing the peach. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Splitting pairs.
That's the same as splitting hairs. You're arguing over the same thing.
Does sound
Splitting pairs. pears as the fruit as well.
Yeah. Is it
In
making
Catalan-
love to a twin sister and then making love to the other one?
That's also butt related. I just want to say everything Jamie answers is somehow related to butt
Sex or
Well, it's a pair, and the best women have pear-shaped bodies, right? So
I'm seeing a pattern in your image. You know, if we had this thing with the ink shapes,
yeah, right. Everything's just
everything would
fucking-
be naked woman. Just
I wonder if Lionel could come up with something like that. Actually,
in Catalan is partiperas.
Partiperas. There's a lot of good alliteration with these sayings. They sound very like rhymey. Okay, partiperas. That means to
what's this? What is the?
be
Is
cheap when you're a cheapskate. When you're
to splitting
No.
splitting pears. What the fuck?
Splitting pears?
What's it got anything to do with a pear?
Maybe splitting is not the best word, but it's giving you a clue.
Splitting is like you go down the middle. And it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
with a pear. So
It's overkill. Maybe
May-
maybe
may-
like
maybe
you're going
probably
too
the-
far.
The pear is not too important.
Yeah,
no,
but
but
that's
the
what.
splitting something that's
Yeah, but maybe
yeah, that's
you're
why I thought
going.
if someone
Yeah,
Jamie's
like
guess is good.
someone says you're
But
bald,
also
and then
my
you go,
guess
"You're a
is good.
fucking piece of shit,"
Yeah.
and then you go really hard into like what's wrong with them. No,
Overkill. No.
Ending
what
a
is it?
relationship.
Ending a relationship.
Yeah.
why is it so
Splitting
like
pears.
brutal? Like
What's this fixation with fruit?
Well, yeah. There's
It's the ones he
actually a
came
lot of food in the.
I can
mix
imagine.
because
We've already had bacon, pears, and peaches. I'd like all three of those on a plate right now.
I have
Be
another
amazing.
one with food. Dreaming tunas.
Dreaming tunas.
that's mental. That is fully mental.
That's when you're expecting too much.
Good guess. Yes, it's not exactly, but it's pretty close actually.
Martin, you might have won this one.
So not expecting too much, but when you're like overreaching, wishing for too much, hoping for too much. No?
Actually, yes, you could say that it's that.
Jamie, do you want to guess?
Mine was mostly around sex. So
Weirdly.
Something to do with fucking tuna.
no, it was that tuna are big and chunky, and you're dreaming of them. So it's like you can get whatever
They're
you're
wet.
dreaming of. Like, yeah, that's true. No, go on.
It's being overly optimistic. Something that's unattainable, and I'm
Right,
you
so
know.
not expecting too much, but hoping for too much.
I mean, if you are seeing someone that is expecting too much, you would say to him, "You are dreaming tunas." So you are sumiatruitas, which is
Of course.
dreaming tunas,
Yeah.
which is weird, but it's fine. And then we have another one with the food-related item.
Did you Google like all food-related sayings?
actually,
or are they all just
no.
right?
I only have
you-
I have
Did you
three
Google
more.
any of this, or did you just think of them off the top of your head?
I thought about them. They are very
Oh,
common, like really common. I have three more, and two of them are food related, and the other one is not. This one is you drank oil.
Oil.
That's literally something Spanish people do, though. That's just when you've had a nice.
I think it's
sip
black
of
oil, like
olive
tar, isn't it? I had it in my head.
Oil. I always imagined olive oil, but I
Really?
don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I thought
only
black
had
oil
an
first.
oil spill.
I thought,
Yeah.
Oh wait, Spanish.
Yeah, you're smart, man.
Because
it's not a whole-
in Spanish, when in Catalan, we don't say oil or that. Oil, I mean, oli, which is the word, is just
Olive oil.
olive oil,
Do you have
sunflower
it in
oil.
Spain? Or would you get it from Italy?
What?
Olive oil.
We are the best producer in the world of olive oil.
No, Italy is. You don't think Spain is. Spain does it as well, do you? Fair enough.
Spain actually does 50% of the whole world produce.
Why does no one
Olive
know
oil.
that? That's crazy. Everyone thinks it comes from Italy. Facts. And
Assumes
wine.
it all comes from Italy and Greece also.
Oh,
Well,
I
they
would
say
have-
that Italy has a very good marketing campaign about their food.
Well, they're winning.
Spanish done.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
Brexit.
Free marketing, yes.
Yeah, their marketing campaign is making really good food. It's obviously working. So, what
in
was
a
it
big
again?
way.
It was,
Okay, yeah. So I don't drink oil.
You
or something.
drank oil.
You drank oil.
You drank oil is
You
so
ate
as
shit.
in something.
Like
You tell someone that they drank oil.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you drank oil.
Yeah, you
Oh,
took a
that's
load.
when you're full of shit. That's when you're lying.
I think it's like when you got karma back, and it was like you went and pissed on someone's car, and then they shat on your car.
No, it's
You
when
are
you had a
not-
really. It's when you've been really lucky, and
You
like,
are, Jamie is not far off. It's not exactly that, but it could apply in that situation.
like you were tricked.
No,
You got egg on your face, is what I think it is. It's similar to that.
Yeah.
it's when it's the same as saying you are dead, like you are fucked. Basically.
Oh,
You
interesting.
drank oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that
'Cause,
would
I mean,
fuck
you
you. 'cause
can't
it's-
drink
it's
oil and-
oil for cars, for example.
Yeah, we need to define exactly because if you
And
drank,
that would really.
But no, because in Catalan it's
can drink car
oli
oil.
and oli. Yeah,
but then that
No,
makes no.
no,
I mean,
okay.
I drink oil all the time.
and it's
any
nice,
of them
if
makes
anything.
sense.
True. I mean, having egg on your face, you really would feel stupid, to be honest. If there was just
Yeah,
a fucking
that's
egg
a
here and you were
great
walking
thing.
down the
It's
street.
like, oh, egg on my face. You'd be like, man, imagine.
Yeah, but
if there's, like,
the good
scrambled
thing
eggs
is that
sticking
this
down.
make no sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
What
I
a
agree.
fool.
I agree.
Yeah, unlike the peach one, right?
Yeah, and then the last two, to look for 3 feet on the cat.
Is this my
Look for
wife
3
trying to
feet
get
on the
in?
cat.
Oh, shit.
To look for 3 feet on the cat, as opposed to 4. Weird.
Sorry, my doorbell was ringing with my kids. To look for feet on your oil. What? On your
3 feet on the cat.
3 feet on the cat. It's like you're nearly dead. It's like
No, that's the other one.
no, like you're 90 years old and you 3 feet on the cat. It's like a threesome. 3 feet on the cat.
No,
Is it being overly cautious?
no.
Is it like you're snuggled up in bed and you're really cozy? No,
It's overcomplicating things,
right.
like you are doing now.
Just too many things too many people helping out.
3 feet on the cat, because you can looking for 3. I don't understand it. I don't even understand it.
I know. I don't either. It's the cat don't have feet and they have 4 paws. So
And they
it's
do
like,
have 4.
No, but it's
Yeah,
someone else
it
on the
makes no
cat. The
sense.
cat is pinned down on the floor and there's 3 feet on top of him, pushing him down.
Oh, it's like 2 people standing on a
Yeah.
cat.
it's
Looking,
difficult
but you're
to
not looking for
translate.
those feet. Yeah, I don't think
It's like an
In
eagle
Catalan,
coming
it's-
in and
To look for 3 feet on the cat. No, it's like if the cat has 3 feet somewhere,
I see.
and you have to
Okay.
find the 3 feet.
Looking for 3 feet in a cat. Oh, so something difficult.
Impossible. It's like an impossible
No,
task.
it's like
yeah.
it's like you are overcomplicating things.
Oh, is that what it means?
That's what it
Oh,
means.
fucking
sorry,
hell! I just thought you literally
that
saying
we
we
were
are over.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
you were telling
No,
us.
no, no,
oh,
no,
it's-
no.
So we were looking for 3 feet in a cat. Okay.
Exactly.
And I guess that
Gotcha.
works because every cat has 4,
Nobody-
so you will always find 3.
Yes, I don't know. Well, they don't have feet, so they have paws.
We've got some good English sayings.
And the last one, which probably you have already heard it, having bad milk.
It's when the condom is off. It's
Having bad milk is, that's when you're impotent.
that would have been a good one. I mean, it's
Shoot-
obviously
shooting blank.
No, it's not that.
Having bad
def-
milk.
it is definitely-
Is it like bad blood when there's a feud?
No, but it's close.
When
I
someone is
think-
pissed off?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's being pissed off.
You didn't let me answer, Martin, because that's exactly what I was going to say.
So it's tied.
No, because you won the first one.
You won another
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Did I?
And I wasn't going to
Yeah,
say
you
that.
said one. Yeah, I don't remember which one, but you said
You
one.
did win, for sure. For sure.
Well done. Should we do one with Swedish sayings next time?
Definitely. Yeah, the fact that there are all these fucking weird sayings, it's hilarious. Right, I need to go, which means we are going to finish with Grotbusters. We had a lot more planned, sadly, but we won't get it. So, last week's Grotbusters. Do you have your answers ready?
Judging by the bright light on my face, yes, I do.
Shit.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have...
no, actually, I don't think I do. I'm fucked in this round.
Well, I'll quickly go over them, okay? Hold on.
Wing it.
I thought about them and I couldn't.
I know! I think. No, I don't.
Of course, the jingle for the world-famous Grotbusters. Grotbusters, for anybody who doesn't know, is basically I give you a cryptic clue and an initials, and they are basically based in 40k. And the classic is that you have a GS, right? And then I say he's stolen your genes, and then that would be Gene Stealer, okay? So last week, the first clue was WK, okay? And the clue was, saw this tall, skinny bloke at the bus stop. He barely made a sound when he walked past.
WK?
Yeah.
I think you said W only.
Fine, then I've given you some more info.
No, this is W for the first, then WK, and then...
No, WH.
Wasn't it WH?
WH was the second one. Look, that's the fucking first clue, okay? And it is correct.
That gave me a clue, to be fair.
Yeah, okay.
Wraith Knight?
Yeah.
You have to wait for Arnau, but yes, Wraith Knight.
No, I mean...
Sure.
You said yes, we both got it.
No, I don't trust Arnau as far as I can throw him. Right. WH. Dog sprinted around the park like he was at war.
I think I may have this one.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to go first or now?
3, 2, 1, say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Warhound?
Martin went quiet, but I think he said it as well. Yeah, I couldn't hear that again either.
The microphone is silencing you in the very
specifically
moment.
when he needs to give an answer, sure. He's like this.
Is that what you said or no?
Oh, my mic's one broken. What? Oh, yeah, Warhound, that's what I said. Right. So that's 2-2. H, I think. Did I give you 2 initials or 1?
Yeah,
One.
Because I made the same mistake I would have. Right. The kid finger blasted her to hell.
Finger blast.
There, I can hear you again.
No fucking clue.
You want a clue, both of you? Or do you know mine?
I do want a clue.
Mine?
Let me think. 5 seconds. H. No idea. Fire.
Literally, it's very rare do I put the actual words of what they are in the sentence, but they are literally in that sentence. The kid finger blasted her to hell.
Hellblasters.
You didn't give on out any time, but yes.
I mean, I was going there, but
Hellblasters.
Maybe you were, but I thought
a second more.
I'm gonna see. The problem is if we both.
It's like eBay bids.
If we have to wait for each other, like how do we win?
We just the other weeks when Arnau's got no idea.
I think that we both got all 3 of those.
3 for 3,
I think
and I
Arnau-
did have some entries.
I was
but
looking for the word blaster and hell.
but
I
I
was literally reading its.
yeah.
I was like,
But so everyone who did send in, I'm sorry. I know you guys did, Paul and etc. But my wife is banging on the door with the kid, and she knows I'm recording the podcast. But she did ask me, "Have you finished work? Can you leave work?" She said 15 minutes ago. Little does she know. Right, this week's. I think one is very, very difficult.
one thing is that next week we will release an episode, a special episode for Christmas with Albert. So we will not be able to answer them.
Indeed, you have a 2-week lead time, potentially 2.5 on these answers.
The last episode of the season, which will be recorded the 1st or
Around
2nd
New
of
Year,
January.
yeah.
We will do a wrap up, and would be the season finale. So
It will be
cliffhanger.
glorious. You have to tune in for that. We're going to show all the incredible work we've done on the Taskmasters. Yeah.
We will talk about Rebel Moon as well.
Fuck no.
We're finally going to catch up on Rebel
I mean,
Moon.
if you watch it over
Which,
Christmas, we actually could.
By the way, I watched the second one.
Oh shit! It's better than the first,
it's coming.
right?
It's coming, guys. Season 4. full Rebel Moon episode.
Yes.
Okay, so R is the initial for Roger. I tried to kiss her, but she said I disgusted her. Okay.
Okay.
NM, November Mike. Oh, I nearly read the wrong one. Army was marching past and someone brought a speaker and ruined the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
VS, Victor, I nearly said the word of the next one. Sierra. Right. He made a shield out of cardboard and kept shouting through it, "You can't hurt me!" But it's made of cardboard. VS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 hours, 8 minutes that show was.
It was a good one, I think.
I think that show, I know we're still on air, but might have been complete shit because of the disorientatedness that we experienced while going through What Is Art. But the problem is our shit is still better than Get Good. So it maybe. But do you know what I mean? Our bar is so high that the competition, it doesn't even when we do a shit episode, it's better than Get Good. So it's irrelevant that it's a moot point. I don't even need to say that our episode, because it will always be better than the shit that they produce over there. Okay.
So, yeah, you're welcome to all our listeners.
Yeah. Well, all of them.
We should.
I mean,
we should do a crossover. I'll say it out here live.
If they,
we should do a crossover.
I don't think our listeners are clever enough to have made it past 2 hours. To be honest with you, look, the 6 listeners we do have, maybe 7, because we've got more popular recently. Their IQ is low. Okay, and do you know how I know their IQ's low?
Because they're listening to
because
this?
They listen to us.
No,
of course.
We're not getting anything for free. We can't spell it out more, okay, that we want free shit and we're not getting free shit. So it's like...
Usually you have to wait for people to become sellouts and you have to argue your point and you have to...
We're already sold out, right? Yeah.
We're completely in.
You don't even... we will do it, and that's how I know our listeners.
Do anything. We have a Discord.
I didn't know we were going to end...